Revolve for the last, I think, like a year and a half before COVID. And then also Alexander, what's his name? The one that fought, got knocked out by Artur Bertabeef.
Oh, Artur Bertabeef.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the one that fought him.
Okay.
I sparred him too. So, I mean, I just, you know, and then also what, you know, is what it makes me very proud too is I wasn't, you know, I really came from the bottom, man.
Match found.
I was probably I wasn't anybody in boxing because I didn't even have an amateur career. The only thing I had going for myself, hear about me, hear about my name, because I had wars in the gyms, wars on top of wars on top of. So, I mean, but, you know, that can only get you so much. You know, people, you know, especially promoters, they look at you like, oh yeah, he's a gym warrior. You know what I mean? So I really had to work my way up from the bottom, and I got signed. And, you know, I think everything happens. You know, when I started boxing, when I really started taking boxing serious before I turned professional, I said, I don't even know if I'm gonna become a world champion, but I'm not gonna be a boxer and not put my 110% in it. So if I don't become anything in boxing, it's fine with me. All I want to do is make sure I gave it my all, and whatever happens, happens. And to this day, I feel like that's the mentality I have, and everything paid out for itself, man. I'm extremely happy where I'm at in my life today.
That's great. What do you think about these YouTubers, man? And
Anyone else? Kill time.
You're done.
Reloading. You're done.
Shot down.
Foolish. Match point.
Nice.
Yo, G. Bro, wow, they be talking like crazy in this game. Hey, what's up, guys? It's K right here. I'm here with some Valorant gameplay. Figured I'd share it with you guys. If you guys want to add me, just add me. You know, right here, K Money Swag. Just figured I'd give you some content while I'm killing some time before I go back to studying. So I'm gonna play a couple more games, and then I'll probably play some League of Legends tonight as well, to you know, share the gameplay as well. So, all right, let's get right back into it. And for anybody that's probably gonna comment, I'll probably see your comments on the bottom left of my corner, because I'm live streaming through NVIDIA, so that should be the only way for me to see your comments. So, alright, I will see you guys soon.
Match found. Warm up. Fight.
Out of here. Down and out. Enemy down. Dead.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had to do some stuff.
On the money.
Damn.
Poison's gone.
Wow, that was great.
Sorry, bro.
Down.
Target down.
Get out of here. They're super dead.
Down you go. Now we're cooking.
Raise there.
You're out. Silence. Red smoke is out. Like butter. See ya.
Match point.
Enemy down.
Rift Walker's out.
Match found. Warm up. Fight!
Reloading.
Look sharp.
Anyone else?
You're out.
Idiot. Night night. One down. Lights out.
Dead.
Kill them.
Engineers down. Engineers down. Brimstone's dead.
You're done.
Sorry, bro.
Match found. Warm up. Fight!
Enemy down. Lights up. Down and out. Down you go.
Don't mess with me. Get out of here.
Taken down.
Idiots.
Headshot.
Nightmare's over. Reloading.
At ease, soldier. See ya. Gotcha.
Match point. Reloading. Match found. Warm up.
Reloading.
Match point. Phoenix Q.
Down you go.
One down.
Adios.
Everybody stay together. They can't. Oh, never mind.
Match found. Warm up. Reloading. Fight.
Target down. Embarrassing.
One down.
freak.
Scouts down.
Match found.
Marcus Hayes, Fight Hub TV here with 140-pound contender, Brandon Lee. Brandon, what's going on, bro? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I just finished up with the run. I'm packing up. I'm about to fly out tomorrow, head out to my fight. That's on March 10th. Main event on Showtime, so I'm looking forward to it.
Man, and speaking of that, being the main event in Showtime, a lot of us that are hardcore boxing fans have seen you fight quite a few times, but to be honest, man, the body of work ain't that big because the fights don't last that long.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to in this coming bout on next Wednesday?
I'm hearing a lot of noise from other people saying that the dude I'm fighting is a veteran, and I know myself that he's beat several prospects in the past, so he's beating the odds. So and then when I spoke to Showtime, the Showtime people, they're telling me that, oh, this is a good step up for you and all this and that. So it sounds like I'm going to go some rounds. So I'm looking forward to that because, I haven't been past the fourth because I knocked everybody out. So I'm looking forward to that.
Absolutely. And in that, man, the gentleman in question is Samuel Teal, correct, from Philadelphia, tough veteran, 17-3. And for all intents and purposes, this does look like your best test on paper.
Yeah.
Match
How you been preparing for it?
Just working on things that we think that he's gonna do, and we know that he's in condition. We know that he's in shape. So, of course, we had to put in our work, and
I'll fight
all the work was put in. So we're looking forward to the fight.
Speaking of putting work in, I have followed your career for quite a bit of time. I know that you're trained by your dad, quite a bit of successful father-son duos in the fight game. What makes it different a little bit, though, is your dad is super old school with the training approach, kind of with a total body workout. He hits everything, looks like every day. Tell me about your dad's approach to fitness.
My dad's real old school, like you said, the workouts. So, a strength and conditioning coach, I don't have one. My father's one. A nutritionist, don't have one. So, we don't believe in vitamins. We don't believe in, all that other stuff, protein, none of that. We believe in just eating regular food, fruits and vegetables, steak, chicken, all that. But my father, he's been my trainer since day one, and look how far he's gotten me.
Absolutely. No one, I'm sure, as a father of two sons myself, I'm sure that there's no way that another coach could ever love you like your father does. But now tell me about this, though. I know that you come from a boxing background. You come from a fighting family, many generations. I think if I'm not mistaken, man, I think you might be the third generation of Lees that are fighters. Is that correct?
Not least, but I'm my grandfather did it on my mom's side, and my uncles did it on my mom's brothers, and then my older brother did it. So it's a family thing. But I just feel like when I was a little kid, I wanted to be just like my older brother, and that's when I first started boxing. And once I started, it just never stopped.
Right. And your older brother's dream wasn't actually realized due to a quad accident. Is that correct? And he was unable to continue.
Yeah, back in 2011, something like that. He got hit with the quad.
Last player standing.
Messed him up a little bit.
Wow, yeah. That's unfortunate, man. That's something else. How has that fueled you to kind of pick up the torch for your brother and kind of carry on with his fighting dreams?
It has given me a boost, but at the same time, I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it for myself. This is my career, so I need to work hard because I want to work hard, not because someone else wants me to do it for them. So the day I win my world title, of course, I'm a dedicated to my older brother and to my uncle. But other than that, it's all me.
Definitely. it's an interesting mix, man. A lot of people would look at you and they wouldn't know that your mom is actually Hispanic. And that your dad is Korean. You got some hella fighting blood, brother. No doubt.
You know, the blood's strong, so if we need to go to war, we can go to war.
Absolutely. Definitely no quitting, Brandon Lee. Brandon, I know that you got a couple friends in the fight game. I know that you're particularly close with one guy that is close, getting ready to make a brush with greatness. Sounds like Jerron Boots Ennis from Philadelphia. Tell me what your relationship with Boots Ennis has been like over the years, and tell me what you guys are looking forward to out of each other in the coming 2021, 2022.
He's kind of like I'll say like my big brother in boxing actually, because you know, the way he fights. You know, not only am I a good friend of Boots, I'm also one of his big fans because you know.
Last player standing.
I mean, defense, power, skill, southpaw. You can turn lefty, righty. I mean, foot movements on point. Everything's on point. So you know, I admire his boxing skills, and you know, we're looking forward to take over. He's gonna take over the 147 division. I'm gonna take over the 140 division.
Wow. And in that is something else, because I know that in boxing, you've been fighting, if I'm not mistaken, you've been in the boxing gym since about 6 years old. Is that correct?
I've been in the boxing gym since the age of like 2 years old. I started boxing, and at 2 years old, I used to play around. But when I turned 6 years old, that's when my father like pulled me to the side. That's when training started, and never stopped.
Now tell me about that. Tremendous amateur pedigree. I know a lot of folks don't talk about your amateur pedigree, but something about like 195 bouts won with only hovering around 5 defeats.
Yeah.
So
I had a huge amateur career. So I had a lot of my father fight me like every weekend. So you know, we from Northern California, we used to go out to Southern California every weekend. I lived in Yuba City, so we'd leave Yuba City on a Friday, drive to
Sacramento.
Yeah, 30 minutes north of Sacramento. So we'd leave from Yuba City, drive like 10 to 11 hours to San Diego. Wake up Saturday morning, weigh in,
Spike down A.
Win.
I got the spike.
After the fight, we got to Los Angeles. Sunday morning, wake up.
Last player standing.
Weigh in, fight, win, and go home.
Wow. And that was your weekends growing up for a lot of time, huh?
We did that at least 2 to 3 times a month, and it really was like
check. Break.
They really, you know, like even on my birthday, it was like, all right, road trip, let's go to San Diego.
Let's roll.
Yeah.
What do you remember most about those times in amateur boxing that you miss?
Probably, because there was like 3 major tournaments every year, 3 or 4 major tournaments, and National Silver Gloves, Junior Golden Gloves, National PAL, and there's like another one. And it was cool to see, you know, because when you go to nationals, you see people from the East Coast, see people from the Midwest, from California. So it was cool to see my girlfriends from back east, and just everybody at the tournament.
Reloading.
Definitely. Earlier in our conversation, you talked about the eating of whole foods and just kind of really having your hands in your approach to your nutrition. Tell me about it. Now, I follow you on social media, and a lot of people don't know. And if you don't follow Brandon Lee on social media, you should check him out. My guy is a pretty accomplished cook in his own right, man. Tell me about the cooking game.
That's one of my hobbies. So if I'm not cooking, I'm either fishing. So those are my 2 hobbies I enjoy to do. But when it comes to cooking, I just like for breakfast I can whip up anything I want. That's really how I approach my diet. Like whatever I feel like eating. Meat, I'll make myself, a nice steak. But I feel like eating like pasta or something. I'm gonna whip up some pasta. So it's like kind of whatever my body feels like eating.
Got that, man. Looks like there's some type of calculated 140-pound division. Looks like last week we just got confirmation on Taylor versus Ramirez. Got hammered down from, is it May 22nd? I think it is, in Las Vegas. Tell me what you think about that for the battle for supremacy in the 140-pound division. Who do you see winning?
Reloading.
I personally got Josh Taylor. Southpaw, good boxer, light on his feet, good defense, good power, good speed. So I got Josh Taylor.
Satchel out.
Who else do you like? Do you watch? Do you pay attention to boxing outside of your own bouts and training and preparing for your own bouts? Are you a fan of boxing outside of like yourself and Bruce Ennis? Anybody else that you're watching in or around your division?
You know what? When it comes to boxing, I really I only watch. I'm more of a boxing fan. Like, you know, with the Burchett and Oscar Valdez fight, I was like, man, this is gonna be a war. I gotta watch this. So there's fights like that. That's when I really sit down and watch fights. But this is not no big names. I really don't watch it. So whenever Shakur Stevens is on, you know, I'm watching it. Whenever Boots is on,
One
I'm
enemy
watching
remaining.
Yeah,
my boy Mark Castro who recently just went pro. So if I don't know the name or I'm not a fan, I really don't care.
No doubt. So you're going with Josh Taylor to sweep up all the belts of Ramirez and to dominate the 140-pound division. What do you see for yourself picking up do you see yourself picking up a minor title in 2021? What are you looking for out of yourself as far as getting in the mix?
Well, my fight is coming week on Wednesday. March 10th is for the IBL Intercontinental. So, you know, Boots went for his IBO world title. So I feel like I would like to get my hands on the IBO world title by the end of 2021.
No doubt, the IBO world title. No doubt, I hear that, man. And with that, I haven't. Of course, we haven't talked in a while. I'm wondering, what did you think? You mentioned earlier about the fight this past weekend. What did you think about Burchell versus Valdez? What did you think about it?
Oscar Valdez, he had the well, I would say his trainer. They had the perfect game plan. You know, he has Burchett's feet moving for him to throw punches. So they had the perfect game plan, and he definitely. I thought Burchett was going to go in there and blow Oscar away, but you know, Oscar Valdez definitely made a lot of people lose a lot of money, and he beat the odds.
He definitely did. Boxing performance by Oscar Valdez and his team. Hats off to you guys. Excellent performance, man. Brandon, we look forward to seeing you
right over here,
man, coming up here in the future. If you could let everybody out there know how they can follow you and exactly how they can catch up with you, man, we'd like that.
One enemy
So
remaining.
I post all my
plant the spike.
All my everything about my life pretty much on Instagram. So follow me on Instagram or Twitter at Brandon_Lee. That's BRANDUN_Lee. And while you're at it, check out my Team Brandon Lee merch. I just launched it like a month ago.
Okay, you got anything you can show us real quick? You got a little hat, a little shirt? Let me see something.
So here's a hat.
Okay.
Basic trucker hat. Yeah, we also got, you know, hoodies, shirts, dry fit shirts, long sleeves, face masks. So really, anything you can think of, we got it. Just go check it out.
Okay, man. Brandon Lee, 140-pound contender, headlining Showbox March 10th. Tune in and check it out, Brandon. We look forward to seeing you succeed, brother. There it is. Show the guns. We'll talk to you soon, man.
Thank you so much for watching this video. And make sure to subscribe for more videos of your favorite fighters over here on Fight Up TV. And give us a follow online as well at Fight Up TV on Twitter and on Instagram. We appreciate it, guys.
Spike down A.
Two people off to
the which brings us into the topic of discussion. So after Canelo Alvarez completely blows out Gildero,
another one to the right, another one to the right.
Morales, he says Canelo is not a technical boxer. He said Spence and Crawford are much better. End quote. Now, I'm going to put the link to the interview in the description box so you guys can go ahead and watch it. Now, guys, let me start off by saying this. Because what Eric Morales said was in a complete Spanish interview, there was no translation or anything, I decided to scroll to the comments to get a little bit more verification and confirmation of what Eric said about Canelo versus Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford. And as soon as I scrolled down, that's all you seen was people in English responding, saying, how dare Eric Morales say that Crawford and Spence is better. You know, he's a hater and he's jealous and et cetera, et cetera. The whole comment section was flooded with comments like this. Once again, these were comments in English. These were most likely a lot of Mexican fans in America, as I pointed out earlier. Now, let me go ahead and share a story with you guys just to further hammer the point that I'm about to make. I remember years ago, maybe 5-6 years ago, I interviewed trainer Joel Diaz. For those of you guys who don't know, Joel Diaz was Tim Bradley's original longtime trainer before Tim Bradley left and went with Teddy Atlas. I interviewed him, and Joel, he told me a really interesting story. He told me when they were preparing and training, getting ready for the Juan Manuel Marquez fight, Joel Diaz, he ran into one of his Mexican friends, right? Associates or whatnot. And the guy, he wanted to bet Joel that Marquez was going to beat his fighter, Tim Bradley, right? So Joel said, okay, let's bet. After Tim Bradley beat Marquez, the guy, he comes back, he pays Joel his money, but then he says to Joel, he said, I just don't understand. You're Mexican. How could you possibly go against the Mexican?
Looks like
This guy is saying this to Tim Bradley's trainer.
None of my stuff
He's saying, how could you go against the Mexican when Joel Diaz trains Tim Bradley, right? So Joel is like, you got to understand, man, I've been training this kid since he was like 13 years old. He's like family to me. And the Mexican guy just shook his head and he just walked away. That Mexican fan didn't care how close Joel Diaz was to Tim Bradley. I mean, he wouldn't have cared if Tim Bradley was Joel Diaz's stepson. None of that would have mattered. The fact that it was a Mexican involved, that Tim Bradley was fighting, was the only thing that mattered. He made it clear it was about race first, no matter who you train. Now, guys, just think for a second. Imagine if you were black fighting against a Mexican fighter, and this guy right here was your trainer. The guy who's always going to go for the Mexican, even if he's working with a black fighter. Guys, this is the type of loyalty that we're dealing with when we're talking about Mexican American fans as opposed to Mexican fans from Mexico. Matter of fact, I have a more personal story that I can share with you guys. My sons, both of my sons box. I used to box. Both of my sons, they box. Now, my younger son, he actually went really far, especially considering the fact that he was never training 100%. He was a 2-time national champion. And he would have been like a 8 or 10-time national champion if he would have been fighting in more tournaments, if he would have been fighting more, period. See, Remy, he's the type of natural talent where sometimes he would only train for like 2 weeks and win a whole national tournament just off of his natural talent. That's how good he is. And my older son was really good too, but he just stopped boxing a lot early. If you guys haven't seen him on YouTube, you guys can look him up. Matter of fact, you guys can find one of his biggest sparring sessions at the Mayweather gym, sparring against Floyd Mayweather's senior son, not son, one of the kids that he was training. My son stopped him in the first round. All you have to do is look up my series, Spar Wars, my son versus Floyd Mayweather's boy, or something like that. It'll pop up. There's also footage on the internet of my son sparring with Fernando Vargas' son, Armando Vargas, the one I think he just turned pro. I know Fernando Vargas Jr. just turned pro, and I think Armando is about to turn pro as well. Hasn't already. But when they sparred, keep in mind, my son was 14, Armando was 16, and my son was much smaller and shorter than him. And let's just say he did so well that Fernando Vargas's people, they reached out and they told me, or they asked me if I could take the sparring footage. And I did put the sparring footage on private, but I'm about to go ahead and put it on public now because it's been on private for some years. So anyway, so with Remy training in Las Vegas and me knowing everyone in Las Vegas, knowing all the trainers, all the fighters, I decided to have Remy work with this Mexican trainer who I thought was really cool. This guy turned out to be an extreme racist, surprisingly. But I didn't find any of this out till later on, obviously. But, you know, we would have these conversations where he would say certain things that didn't make sense. Just one, for example. I mean, there were more extreme things, but one that really stood out is Remy, he had a fight in San Diego, right? So we had to travel to San Diego, and the trainer is telling me that this kid, he's really good. He's supposed to be like, you know, a little star in this gym. It was a Mexican kid, right? So we went out there, and Remy fought this kid. Remy beat him easy. So after the fight, after the trainer completely built this kid up, then all of a sudden, when he sees my family members and everyone kind of celebrating, congratulating Remy, that's when all of a sudden he comes out of nowhere and he says, yeah, but the kid wasn't really all that good though. You know, it's kind of like Gervonta Tank Davis knocking out Leo Santa Cruz. Imagine if Gervonta had a Mexican trainer and the trainer says, yeah, you knocked him out, but he was too small for you. He was too small for you. Or if Gervonta, he ends up knocking out a much bigger Mario Barrios and your own trainer. Imagine your own trainer saying to you, yeah, man, but he's not the real champion. He's not the best at 140. This is pretty much what this trainer did when it came to my son. Trying to downplay my son's win because my son is happy and all of us are happy that he won the fight, which is a normal reaction. Now, needless to say, that's the last time he ever trained my son. But what's really interesting is he has two sons that are twins. And you guys have probably seen them if you are diehard boxing fans. They're twins that just turned pro. Matter of fact, the media was starting to promote them like they were the new version of the Charlo twins. Like they were basically like the Mexican version of the Charlo twins coming up. But unfortunately for them, one of them just suffered their first loss. On TV, I believe it was on PBC. No need to say their names, but you guys see the point. This is the reason why you're going to get so many Mexican fans in the comment section saying, oh, Morales is just jealous, and Chavez and Morales and Barrera and every other Mexican fighter that has said something negative about Canelo, they're just jealous. They say crazy, ridiculous stuff like, oh, they're jealous that he's going to become the biggest Mexican fighter ever over Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. Let me tell you guys why none of this stuff even makes sense, just for argument's sake. First of all, if they're going to be jealous of Canelo Alvarez, why would you be jealous when Canelo Alvarez is looking his worst?
I'm leaving now.
He's being criticized by the whole boxing world. Why would you be jealous of him fighting against a cherry-picked Yildirim that just came off of a loss? If you were going to be jealous of Canelo Alvarez, wouldn't it make more sense for you to be jealous if he was fighting against the most